Hello everyone and welcome to How to Work From Home Tips, another internet marketing training session. Today what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you about hosting. Now I don't care what kind of business you have, whether you have an offline or an online business, it is important that you have a website. And the reason is that more and more people are using the internet as a tool of choice when they're looking for products and services. So if you don't have a website out there, they're not going to be able to find out about your business. Now of course with having a website, you also need hosting. Now I know there are free places where you can actually build a website like blogger.com, webpaint.com, weebly.com, and so on and so forth. But if you want to look professional and have a professional website, you need to have a website that's built like using WordPress, or have someone create the website for you. You can outsource that and establish a real formal looking website that people can go to find out about your business. Now when I first got started, I started hosting my website at GoDaddy. I started my business over 3 years ago, and this is where I used to host all of my websites. And after about 2 years, I started becoming not very happy with the hosting service that they provided. I still use GoDaddy to purchase all of my domains from, but I no longer use them for hosting my websites. So what I did, I started looking around for different services, and the first service that I started to that I found out about was a service called Bluehost. Now I'm logged into my back office right now, and as you can see, there are a lot of features that it has to offer, and many of which you won't be using. Some of which I'm going to point out you will probably use, because I use these for my sites. Of course, there is the WordPress install. If you want to use WordPress to build your website, you can actually quickly install your WordPress using this link here, or you can use this one. Either one, it doesn't matter. And what I normally do is I create email accounts for all of my websites. And what I do also use is I use the forwarder. Now because I have so many websites, I don't want to have to log in to all these different email accounts and have to read my emails. So what the forwarder allows me to do is to forward all of my email accounts to one account. So I can go to that one account and read all of my emails. It saves me a lot of time. One of the other things that you probably will be using, of course, is the file manager to manage your files. When you go in here, you can actually upload, you can go in and do editing of some of the files. You can do a lot of things within this feature here. You may want to use the site backup and restore. I don't use this because many of my sites I use WordPress, and WordPress has a number of plugins where you can actually do backups of your WordPress site. One of the other features that I've recently started using is the AW Stats. I have over 200 sites, and it started to worry me because I use Google Analytics, and using Google Analytics for all of these sites, I feared that I would be penalized because Google would see that I had over 200 sites. So what I did is I pulled all of my sites from Google Analytics and started using AW Stats. You can still see the same information that you see within Google Analytics, only this time Google doesn't know about all the sites that you have. It's actually stored on your hosting. So this affords me to build as many sites as I want and not have to worry about being penalized by Google because I have so many sites. What else? Some of the other features. Of course, you will be using add-on domains. Now, one of the things you will be required to do when you do use a hosting site that's separate from a site where you buy your domains. Like in my case, I use GoDaddy. That's where I purchase all of my domains from. And then, of course, I have to point all those websites that I purchase to my hosting site. And to do that, let me log in real quickly. You would go into your control panel of your the place where you buy your domains, and right now we're looking at my GoDaddy control panel. And what I would do is I would come into name servers and do set name servers, and then this is what will happen is you would just enter in the name server that you're given. Once you sign up with a hosting site, they will send you the names to name servers, and you want to be able to enter those into the name server text boxes so that you point your website to your hosting site. And then what you do is you go back to your hosting site and click on add-on domains, and then it will allow you to go in and put in that domain name into you click on this, enter your domain name, and then come down here and click on add on domain, and you're done. And it actually doesn't take very long at all to get your domain name pointed to your hosting service. So anyway, I started using Bluehost, and I had acquired a number of sites on Bluehost. Actually moved a lot of my sites over to Bluehost, and so I decided I didn't want to again use Bluehost. You don't want to host all your sites at one location. You want to be able to host them at various locations. So what I ended up doing is I went on with another hosting service called HostGator. Now, as you can tell, the look and feel is a little bit different, but the features are pretty much the same. You have the email accounts. You also have your forwarders. What else? You have your file manager, your way of backing up your websites. It also has AW Stats where you can take a look. It also does offer something that Bluehost, I didn't see Bluehost offer, where you can integrate your Google Analytics if you so choose. Again, you want to do your add-on domains. Anytime you purchase your domains, you want to be sure that you add those domains to your hosting site. And of course, one of the other features that HostGator offers that Bluehost does not is Fantastico. Fantastico allows you to quickly install WordPress onto your site. Of course, Quick Install also does the same thing. So these are all the features that you can actually set up, and then many more that you can do with both HostGator and WordPress. And I actually find that I like HostGator a little bit better. And you can pick and choose as to which one you prefer. What I suggest is if you are on a shoestring budget or you want a Linux web hosting provider, to get Bluehost to host your sites. And if you have a bigger budget and or require a significant amount of space, such as game servers and flash servers, then you want to go on ahead and get HostGator to host your site. Now, one of the things I have done, and I'm going to put on my blog, is want you to take advantage of a huge discount that's offered to readers and visitors to this site. For HostGator, you can get, normally you would get a, let me go over here real quick and go into Google. Okay. Normally what you would get when you sign up, and I do advise that when you do sign up for a hosting service, and if you choose to go with HostGator, that you want to go with the baby plan. Now by default, they give you a 20% discount on the service on your monthly price when you sign up with HostGator. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on my blog and show you a way in which you can get 25% off and pay just $5.97 per month for 3 years. Or I also have another code that you can enter where you get $9.95 off your first month's bill and pay $7.68 per month for 3 years. Either way you can choose. It's up to you if you choose to go with HostGator. These are just some of the coupon codes that I found for if you so choose to sign up with HostGator. So that's it. I just want to talk to you a little bit about hosting. Again, I'm going to include my blog. On my blog, all the information, talk about the differences between Bluehost and HostGator, and then if you choose to go on ahead and select a hosting service, you can do so. I will have links to both Bluehost and HostGator, and also I'll include GoDaddy if you don't have a service where you can actually buy your domains from. So that's it. I do thank you for stopping by. Bye for now.